Welcome to What a Time to Be Alive, the only podcast counting down everything this week that made you say, what a time to be alive. And now, Patrick Monahan, Kath Barbadoro, and Eli Uden.
Folks, welcome to What a Time to Be Alive, the only podcast that counts on the things that you can say the thing that's top of the podcast. I'm Patrick Monahan.
I'm Kath Barbadoro.
I'm Eli Uden. What's up,
Hello.
everybody?
Hi,
Hello.
what's up?
Hello, everyone.
Answer into
What's
your
up?
podcast listening device now. How are you?
Yes. Here we go. Let's leave blank so that people can... Let's get some fully parasocial relationships going.
Dora the Explorer style. That's how
Yeah.
we're doing our podcast now.
Yeah. What do you think the podcast about? Backpack? Yeah. We're going to have to start having swiper segments where everyone has to chant swiper, no swiping until...
What does that even...
someone's-
What does that mean? What happens?
So
what is swiping?
Look, I don't know why I know this as someone who doesn't have kids and never had younger
Yeah,
siblings
yeah.
and wasn't really like the
Look,
age
I dabbled, okay? It's fine.
I think if I remember right, it was one of those things where like I wanted to watch something on Nick at like 6, and so I would get home and I would always catch the tail end of
Sure.
like Sprout or whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was just like, look, I'll just watch a little Dora. I don't, whatever. So what happens is that there's a scene in Dora the Explorer. They're exploring. And, Dora and Boots and the whole gang. And then you see Swiper on screen, who's a fox, who's a thief, a criminal.
Sure.
And-
More stereotyping of foxes. I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
And then he kind of is sneaking onto the screen. And then they go, oh, no, it's Swiper. We all have
Got
to
it.
chant "Swiper, no swiping."
Get him out
And you're supposed to, yeah, get him out of here. And you're supposed to chant with them "Swiper, no swiping," and then he goes like "Dar," and then goes back off screen. Yeah, they beat the shit out of Swiper.
And they kill him.
If you don't chant it, he gets their hen, and it's a bloody mess. Tears into it.
Yeah. Breaks
On
its
children's
neck.
TV.
It's really bad.
Yeah, but here's the hack: you don't have to chant anything because it's already animated. Swiper's gonna go away. You don't have to do that at all if you don't want it. Yeah.
All right, yeah,
I'm
but
gonna
how
turn
do you
that into
know?
a
How do you
YouTube
know for
short.
sure?
Life
How do you
hack.
know for sure?
Yeah, I guess because I've been tired. I was a tired teenager. I didn't always have the energy to chant "Swiper, no swiping."
Okay.
I figured all the other kids around the world would take care of this.
Didn't
know?
always have
figuring
the
it out.
energy is good. Like I was, it's like, yeah, I don't got it today. Sorry, I had too
Yeah.
much.
I-
too much
Swiper
algebra.
enabled. Swiper enabled by the Kitty Genovese effect. Terrible.
Yeah, the
Exactly
bicycle
what
effect.
it's
Which is
exactly what
real.
killed Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Yeah, definitely real. Definitely backed up
real.
by
That's-
science. Not
Not weird sensationalist tabloid stuff.
No.
Having to watch something like that reminds me. This is not the same, but when I used to want to watch Ren and Stimpy, because Ren and Stimpy was like, for people that don't know, the schedule was very intermittent, so it was not always clear when it was going to be a new one or not. Like even in TV Guide, because it was just like a nightmare of production apparently. And
I feel like for kid shows they did not give a shit about that. They're like
Yeah.
kids will watch something they've already seen.
Well,
We're
on-
not
I mean,
going
Kids
to
will
tell
watch
them.
the same episode like back to back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but so like on Snick, it was after that show Roundhouse, which was like musical like sketches and comedy.
Roundhouse was like proto all that.
So I would like have to watch like the last like 3 minutes of that to make sure I started the tape in time, and just in case it was a new Ren and Stimpy. So that was my thing. I
You
didn't
would
want
tape
to
'em.
have contact. Well, yeah, because there was no other way to watch them after that. They never, you had a. I needed
Do you
to.
still have those
rerun.
tapes? I bet they'd be really interesting to see.
I
like,
might
the
still.
commercials
I
and
might
stuff.
still have them. Yeah, they're in a
Who
storage
knows if
unit
they're
or something.
degraded,
You can
but
you can watch on YouTube. People have uploaded old tapes of old commercials, like uninterrupted, or you can find sometimes
Like just a
episodes
commercial
with
break.
commercials included. Yeah,
Yeah, I
That's
could,
like that-
Crossfire.
I mean, I paid to get my
That's what it
family's
is.
a bunch of my family's old tapes of like vacations and stuff digitized, which is like really cool, also quite expensive. But so it's maybe not worth it for taped children's TV. But it is kind of fun to see like old stuff like that.
do you guys know about that woman in Philadelphia who taped her TV for like years and years and years, and now she has like an integral archive of stuff that like no one else like would be lost to time. Her name is Marion Stokes. I think she passed away, but she had like a problem, but she made 70,000 VHS tapes off of TV. And now it's like this invaluable
That's so
like
cool.
archive.
Yeah, there's so much stuff that is truly just gone. Like
Yeah.
That's really
Sometimes you need that kind of someone who is likely mentally unwell who just serves as a scribe, you know? It's like there's like a crime and then they're like, well, there's this guy who records everyone who walks past his window. It's like, well, that's actually very convenient for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Good
now
to
we can
know.
all be like that
Sometimes
with our
it
video
takes-
doorbells.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness. Thank goodness we're stopping the very real bystander effect with that kind of thing.
There's a guy. I don't like the look of this guy. Hello, police.
Man walking around neighborhood? Question mark.
r/Bushwick, man walking around neighborhood? Question mark. What's going on? Should I alert the police? Yeah, we talked about some neighborhood subreddits on. Me and Patty will be on an episode of Your Kickstarter Sucks coming soon. It's very fun.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
roasted r/Bushwick for a while.
I've spent some time on r/Bushwick.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
it's
not
a-
even your
it's quite a
neighborhood.
place.
That's just for fun.
The thing is, like, the only neighborhoods that have active Reddits are like the more heavily gentrified by Reddit users ones. So like my neighborhood doesn't really have, not that I'm not that, I am totally that. There just aren't enough of me yet for my neighborhood to have like an active one. So like the ones I get the Park Slope one, I get the Bushwick one. Those are the big ones. I'm sure Williamsburg has a very active one too, but I don't get that one as
Williamsburg
much.
is full of
Subreddit
You
Ground
know.
Zero.
European families.
What's your
being
guys'
like,
favorite bank?
I did not pay 2 million kroner to live in a place where there's noise after 12 a.m. Oh, you mean New York? Yeah, that'll happen a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure my neighborhood subreddit is coming, no question. It just hasn't quite popped off yet.
I found a
should start
razor
it.
on the sidewalk. What's the number for the National Guard?
Yeah, that's a lot of it. The one that
much.
always pops in my head is someone just posting, they're like, I heard a helicopter? Sure, yeah, all right.
What's going on?
keep us updated,
big in
ma'am.
that's big in the Park Slope one. It's like yesterday around 4 p.m. I heard a siren. What happened? What are you talking about?
Yeah. I was like,
Good
okay,
stuff.
just become a Citizen app power user or whatever. Talk about a nightmare app. That is.
What's the next door? That's the one that like the suburban.
Yeah,
that's
next
big in
door.
the suburbs, right?
Citizen is the one that's like from a Verhoeven movie, where it's that's like a real.
I will say sometimes I do get on there. Yeah, I like if I see something, sometimes I will take a peek at the Citizen app. Sorry to be a
snitch adjacent
fascist.
internet activity.
It is kind of snitchy internet activity.
That was-
honestly most of the stuff on there is just like there's a gas leak. That's like a lot of gas leaks in this town more than anything else.
I eventually just kind of got grossed out having it on my phone. That was sort of my.
Yeah, I feel like it's me with Citizen is you with the Domino's app. Like it gets it gets periodically deleted, and then I'll see like a bunch of fire trucks, and I'll be like, all right,
I had
fine,
it on.
you got me.
Yeah, I mean, I had it on. Like during COVID, I think I had it is when I had Citizen, and that was yeah, like, and that became like there's a protest happening or what, and I was all right. It's time to that's
Right.
This is not, yeah.
I feel like we just saw phone damage in real time there. The thing where you like check your phone for a second and it's just like beamed and you're like,
No,
there's
yeah,
just so
sorry.
much.
I had it's family stuff. I had a voicemail. I was reading the thing just to make sure it was okay because I
no, yeah, of course. But it's
indisposed
just
for an
that.
hour, and this is good radio for everybody too. So
No. But I feel like the phone damage thing is real. You're like, you look at it and it's just like, it sneaks so much stuff in. You're like, oh, Seamless is almost here with my food. And then it's like, also here's all of today's world news. And you're like, no.
No.
Yeah.
That's like the big I feel like anytime I do any kind of like hallucinogenic drug or like if I smoke too much weed or something, I can like feel my brain rotting. Like that's the main like takeaway I get from that is like I look at my phone and I feel atrophy and I'm just like, this is happening all the time. I just can't I'm not normally cognizant of it. And then
sounds like pop rocks. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like, oh, this is actively making like it's like all of my health meters are going down. I can feel like everything
Yeah.
waning as I look at it.
Kath she has a status ailment.
Yeah.
No, shout out. I was always like, this would be great. And then I found out that it just is, because I think it's one of those things where like sometimes they put a feature in a phone that is like great for the user but bad for a corporation, so they're like not allowed to say they added it. You have to like find it on your own, but you can set it so that you get notifications in like at specific times of the days in summary, so you can be like, just send me all the notifications I've gotten at like 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. and you can exclude like text or whatever.
I do think
and then
that
those two moments in your day are gutting, but you can get them.
I do think that brick thing I have is very helpful. I have been using that a lot, where you tap it and it disables all the apps that you set for it to disable. So it's like, okay, I can still get maps and Spotify and like walk around and do stuff, but I'm not getting inundated with garbage that's hurting me. So I can't. It makes my phone unable to be used for self-harm, which is nice.
Yeah, we're back to me wanting to turn off the news notifications, which I had not been
I can't.
on. But I think we're back to that at this point.
We need like our podcast news feed where like you only get stories that would appear on this podcast.
Yeah.
API only. API only want your oddities, please.
Yeah. There was like a Times alert today that was like, there's a legal movement growing to overturn Times versus Sullivan. Will it succeed? It's like, that would be great. Then no newspaper or news outlet can report on anyone who's powerful or rich. That would be very great. It's like, you know what, man? I hope it doesn't succeed, but what can I do about it? You know what I mean? Like, not really sure. Good luck.
A lot of stuff. Yeah.
Good luck. Best
and then
luck.
the people that are like, organized locally. And it's like, yes, that's a good thing to do. But also these are Supreme Court decisions. Like it takes a long time to get up there. So phone bad. I don't think I have as much of a compulsion as you. Like, I find myself now, like, I don't have like, I'll just check Instagram for a second. I'm always like, oh no, this hurts. I'm turning it off immediately.
Yeah. You're better at it than me. I have very little self-control, but I'm trying to get better. The brick is helping. It's been bad the last couple of days because I've been sick and stuck at home. So like all I'm doing is I'm in posting mode because like I got nothing else going on. I'm just sitting in my house.
I'm trying to really shift myself towards Duolingo and reading like ebooks, like trying to like read stuff I meant to read, like that I bought years ago. I hope other people did it, but I got all my Kindle books off, like downloaded all my Kindle books and I converted them all. So now they're all like regular EPUBs or whatever, because now that you can't like download your Kindle books anymore. So I'm divested.
Oh,
from
really?
That. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
At the end of February, they like changed something, so now you can't like download all the files off on your computer.
Oh fuck! I gotta
download
all those.
Anything.
I gotta download all those files. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to read more too. It's like mostly that I feel like I have the opposite thing where like I feel like I can feel my brain repairing itself when I read an actual book. I'm like, oh right, this is the speed of information that I'm supposed to be getting. Like one solid analytical narrative or like story or something like that.
Hook up like an old ticker tape style printer that just prints out all the horrible news.
All
like,
the websites.
the kind with like holes on the edge of either side of the paper, and it's just all one long thing. Yeah,
and it makes the worst noise known to man.
No, those are good noises. The classic, the inkjet like flying across the one side of the printer to the other. Yeah.
Patty, what language are you learning on Duolingo?
Italian.
Nice.
Yeah.
Molto bene.
Molto bene.
I have no idea if it works really, because it's kind of a weird, like the way like the way you learn languages in school. It's very like sure you do vocabulary, but then it's also like here is how to construct a verb, and here is how to construct a sentence, and it's a lot of like just like answering, filling in blanks and stuff. I guess it's working sort of because I already know. I guess if you it's not that dissimilar from like learning Spanish or whatever, but just in terms of the sentence structure and stuff. But we'll see. I've only been doing it for like a month or so.
That's pretty much my experience with Duolingo. Like I got fairly far doing it with Spanish, and like because Spanish is a fairly straightforward language for an English speaker to learn, I feel like I was able to get a grasp on it. Like I did it a lot before I went to Mexico, and I feel like I was able to do enough, like it was okay, but I wouldn't say it like teaches you. I feel like it's a good supplement to another thing. But if you already have like some familiarity or I do think you can like make progress with it.
I think I'll probably like sound dumb to somebody
Yo,
if I
yeah.
went to Italy, but like I would at least be able to like understand, what's going on.
And like read
Yeah.
signs and stuff.
Right.
Like you can kind of.
And you try to say it, and they're like, "Oh, you're American. Just speak English." And that's like, okay,
Sure.
well, I tried.
I feel like the like best tool that's like not intentionally a language tool, but if you wanted to like get good is like the fact that Netflix and like any streaming thing, like you can
Yeah.
just throw on Spanish and like
Either
like
do like
with
a
English
Spanish
subtitles,
subtitle or vice
Yeah.
versa. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted
but
you.
yeah, no, it's all right. I mean, when I did the Duolingo for a little bit of Spanish, the one thing I remember is like that you might have at the time is like you're trying to hit your daily so the owl doesn't fucking yell at you.
Yep.
And they have, which I think is good. They have the ones where you have to speak into it to like get your inflection right or whatever. But I was always doing it at like 1 a.m, and so just like me in my bed in darkness and silence, being like, "Bellissimo." Just like this quiet single word. See. Yeah.
Well, I'm taking a Spanish class this summer. If anyone wants to get good at Spanish with me, come on down.
I'm already good at Spanish, or I was fully 20 years ago, or whatever it is now. I don't know. Yeah, I stopped at the point when I took like a lit class. I remember, and then I was like, "Yeah, writing a paper is harder, and it's like a little frustrating, whatever." And then I was like, "I don't think I want to go abroad somewhere, so I'm just not going to do that."
I don't think I want to go abroad somewhere where I have to write papers.
Where everything is
That's
like a
probably
little
not
bit
going
of
to be
a-
part of it for me.
Yeah.
Hola. Starting off the old paper with hola.
Me amo Patty. Should we do
Webster's
numbers?
Diccionario Definado. Yeah.
That is how I was writing it. It did not go well.
Well, you got it. Yeah. No.
Webster's Dictionary defines Spanish as
Espanol.
Let's do numbers.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Number 5.
Number 5 comes to us from Miami Herald in the Discord. And,
Really good name. I really
it is-
like that.
it is a good name.
HAROLD. Nickname for Harold, Miami.
Yeah.
Miami Herald and the Purple Crayon.
And also just thinking about a guy who goes by Miami Herald.
Right.
It's an interesting guy to think
I'm
about.
imagining like a NoHo Hank guy. Miami Herald, to me, that's who that is.
Miami Herald is like an old Jew with like a big chain. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see him. Yeah.
That is like demographically what a Herald who lives in Miami is probably.
Yeah, he's always at Soho House, but he's like very questionably a creative. You know what I mean? He's got all that going on. Yeah.
The Miami Herald is, let's see, even more cocaine than usual in the run up to an improv show, right? Isn't that the Herald improv? Yeah. Okay, so this is a story from Miami Herald, and this is a story about two absolute villains who appear to have been arrested.
Two stinkers.
Yeah, really. This is so two men were arrested as for stealing a Paddington bear statue that was on a bench, and this is in Newbury, England, and this is the creator of Paddington's hometown. So that's why they have a Paddington statue. Although you shouldn't need a reason to have a Paddington statue. He's a nice guy.
Well,
Get him anywhere. We could use one over here.
Yeah.
also his hometown is Peru, right? This should be in Peru. They're claiming
It's the creator's hometown, not the bear's
all right.
hometown.
But they should have Paddington statues in Peru. You're absolutely right about that.
Maybe they do.
They might. And maybe people leave them alone. Unlike
Paddington
in
should
England.
speak Spanish, right? Canonically, I mean, he would have picked it up.
Now
He never
that
speaks
would
it.
be a good language learning app. If Paddington taught me Spanish, I would be I wouldn't want to let Paddington down. Fuck that Duolingo owl. If Paddington was emailing me being sad.
That's true.
Just like it's all marmalade based though. Like desayuno marmalade.
Marmalado.
This is before
Marmalado.
This is before I restarted, but didn't like earlier this year, like the Duolingo, like the owl is dead, and then like
They
that was
killed
supposed to be
the
some
owl.
marketing thing, but like it never went anywhere, right? I don't even know what
Yeah.
what it was supposed to be. There is a Paddington bear statue in Lima, so there you
Nice.
go.
Good. I'm happy.
Land
Please
of
look-
the bean.
Please look after this bear.
End of the bean.
So yeah, these guys. So this is a grotesque image here of the statue because it's like one of those it's like a hollow statue sitting on a bench, and they basically just like sheared off like the front 2/3 of the statue. I don't know how else to describe what was done here.
It's like a Paddington like ectoplasm or something.
Yeah.
It's like a remnant.
and he looks,
Paddington like exoskeleton. Like you climb in there, you strap in.
Yeah.
Pacific
With his
Rim style.
carapace.
I'm sure they're
Yeah.
gonna get a new one, in and all that. But like he looked nice. He's sitting there with a marmalade sandwich, and people would take pictures sitting next to him. Like it's like a nice little thing. And
Yeah.
I don't know why these two freaks.
Well, you gotta ruin a nice little thing.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing. This makes me into a like Law and Order psycho.
You're downloading the
person.
Citizen app and commenting on this.
Because it's like, what? Like, this is not funny. This is not like a good. You know what I mean? This is just misanthropy.
Yeah.
Like, get these guys out of here. Don't understand why they would do that. And it's really, public shaming should be enough, honestly, for this kind of thing. It's like, oh, there's the two guys who damaged the Paddington statue. Do you want to hire them at your place, the business you run?
Yeah.
Do you want to date
Right.
them?
They should get they should have to go on a registry.
Yes.
That's what should
Paddington
happen.
thief.
It's a very short registry. There's two guys on it. Hopefully it stays that short.
The
I feel like
Paddington
this is
Thief Registry.
It should be like the Mr. Show, Larry Cleese.
Yes!
But it's like, I destroyed the Paddington statue.
Guy with sandwich board has to follow him around.
I feel like this is a prime opportunity to bring back the stocks. The stocks feel perfect for this sort of behavior.
Yes. Yep.
Right next to the statue. Like, because it's like, it's very, almost Hamara. It's like, now you're the statue because you stole it. Now you're the on
The tourist
display in Times
attraction.
Square.
And you don't even
Yeah.
get a marmalade sandwich. You just got to sit there.
I love the statue. The only thing I don't like about it, and I know this is part of his lore or whatever, is that it's a statue. He's eating a marmalade sandwich, and the marmalade is like about to drip onto his like lap, and because it's a statue, it's forever about to drip on his lap, and it's like giving me constant anxiety. I'm like, okay, just it's like in this moment of before disaster, because marmalade is a nightmare to clean up. I'm sure you get some jam on your beautiful duffel coat.
He does have a
Paddington
beautiful
has.
coat. Yeah.
Does
Like
have
fucking
good
up that
taste.
coat. And I imagine it would get like all like caught in the wool, Like
Yeah.
it's no good. Stressful.
So give
Give him some napkins. Put a little napkin on his lap underneath.
That would be a nice thing to do for the statue. Put a little napkin down for him, and
It
you're
is,
like,
yeah.
okay, his coat will be fine.
I gotta say,
That's-
marmalade. It's like real in the Turkish delight category for me. Where like Paddington makes it sound so good, and it kind of sucks. I don't think it's that
It's
good.
like, isn't it like a bitter orange jam?
It's kind of bitter. Yeah, I don't. Not for me.
Yeah,
I think it's good with
it's
cheese.
one of those-
I don't
they
think it's
make it
good with a
look-
sandwich.
They make it look better than anything has ever looked in those movies.
Yeah.
Right? Like that, it's really like, yeah. But
Yeah.
no, I agree. I don't think it's particularly. I'm not a big jelly or jam person in general. I was always just like a peanut butter sandwich person. I was not a peanut butter and sandwich.
Oh
Yeah, I don't
man,
like
how
the
do you got a peanut butter sandwich? It's like that's in your mouth for the rest of your life.
You do
It's
no,
so,
you do you,
like-
you do. I
The
mean, I
jelly
wouldn't like.
doesn't solve that problem.
I think jelly solves it a little. It makes it a little more liquidy.
You would
in
do.
like
I would do like a
edible
peanut butter toast. So it would be like
That is good. Yeah,
the peanut butter is
the
a little
crunch and the peanut butter thins
more
out a
liquidy.
bit.
Yeah. I mean, peanut butter fluff, I guess. That was like a New England sort of obligatory phase
Mm-hmm.
that everyone goes through, but that was not really my thing either.
I was
Me
a big,
neither.
That's not food. You know what I mean? That's not. People would bring those to school for lunch, and it's like, this isn't like nutrient. This isn't food.
Right.
You
It's like
have
if you pulled out a
marshmallows.
big thing of cotton candy and you're like, this is my lunch.
yeah,
like,
it's
what
like
are you
fairy
doing?
bread or whatever. It's like, okay, well, this is what you'd feed. Yeah, it's like what you'd feed an elf to nurse it back to health or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's like this is how you'd like if you found like an injured fairy. This is
Right.
what you'd feed it.
Right.
I was a big saltine cracker and peanut butter guy. Just really bricklaying in your mouth, just like
Right.
making mortar.
That's just like exactly. It's toddler mortar. It's gonna get caught in your throat. You're gonna have to get Heimlich.
yeah,
Oh, good.
yeah.
No, need a little jelly on there, in my opinion. I love a blueberry. That's my fave. Blueberry or a sour cherry. I love a sour cherry. Very good.
Yeah, that's candy adjacent. I feel like a sour cherry
Totally.
jam. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I
that's
also-
the thing is like fluff to me. It's like this sandwich is hummingbird food. Like, why does a person eat this? But it's not like jelly is that much less sugary.
Yeah.
It just
I-
feels a little,
I was
more
reading that,
civilized,
like,
more dignified.
Yeah, like like bears. Everyone's like bears love honey. It's like bears but the reason they eat those beehives is they eat the bees and the larvae in the hive, and they like that the honey's in there. Let's not get that twisted.
It's nice seasoning. It's a nice sauce on the larva.
They do like honey, but it's not the main. But the original Winnie the Pooh, which is like a real bear named Winnipeg, because of like Winnie the Pooh at the London Zoo, and they didn't care how their animals were. I mean, kids would just come and feed constant streams of honey to Winnie, and they're like not 100% linked, but they were like when Winnie died, like the teeth were just like destroyed because it was just eating like pots of honey all day, every day, and they're like, yeah, bears aren't supposed to have that much honey.
Kids gotta come feed him larva. They fucked up. Just a parade of British toddlers with larva to
buckets
feed this
of
bear.
bees larva. Yeah, larvae.
I thought you were gonna say they eat the hives because they like the stings. It's like us eating spicy food. They're like, ooh, it hurts so good.
Oh yeah,
Sweet and spicy with this honey.
They do get stung a lot. That's a big question when you're looking it up. And they're just like, they don't feel it as much and they don't really care. They want that sweet hive. So.
I wonder if like bee allergies exist in other species, or if that's just one we cooked up all on our own.
Probably not.
I feel like a lot of allergies like that we've cooked up due to our sort of having been sheltered from a lot of things.
Right,
like,
yeah.
I don't know for sure about that. It's also due to wokeness, of course.
Yeah. Well, of course, and vaccines and,
I saw that they were taking like phrases like peanut allergy out of like the national health like guidance or something.
Great.
And it's just
Love
like
it.
This is like every complaint from the 90s is just like I don't want to have to dial, I don't want to have to press 1 on the phone. I don't want to have to do this. I don't want to have to be politically correct.
Only black coffee from now on.
And like, yeah, right. It's a Dennis Leary thing. But like this idea that like, yeah, whatever, the peanut allergies. It's just like, God, okay, like yeah. I mean, I think there are people who are right wing who care if their kids' throats close up. One would think. But
I would guess.
I guess we'll find out. Thank you, Mr. Trump. My son.
That's good. Yeah, we're gonna executive order. It's banned the sale of Grand Theft Auto 3. It's like, oh, okay, we're still litigating that. I think that was done. Yeah,
it's
they're
illegal.
gonna do
it's
it
illegal
one
to
about the
care
West
about other
Memphis
people.
3. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I love that they're like
we're rolling back the guidance to care what happens to anyone other than you. That's it. It's illegal to do that now. So
yeah,
I saw a tweet that was like Trump signs the "I will fucking kill you" ordinance. It's like, that is what's happening. It's good stuff.
Anyway, so check out the news. It's very fun to read about.
We love it. Paddington.
Like, it's like
one piece of
like
news
a time
that's good.
traveling. It's like polio is on the rise. You're like, is my date set correctly in my phone? Yeah. Well, on a nice. I'm also looking at this is some, they have a picture of the mayor of Newbury with the Paddington statue. And like, I guess British mayors, he has like a crazy, like, I don't even know what you call this, like a sash that's covered in golden medals.
Yes.
It's
I feel like
real
in Europe,
old mayor shit.
In Europe, they give like every politician a sash, and I think it makes them take it more seriously. I think we should have done that here.
I think
they all get a little sash.
I think it's because he's OBE. I'm looking this up.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
Probably.
I
just remember my brother got married.
What is that?
He's a knight.
He's in the most excellent order of the British Empire. I think is the full.
Yeah, they give in England. They give gynecologists little sashes.
I think it's a kind of like an equivalent of the kind of like Medal of Freedom, right? Like it's like I don't know if it's I don't know if it's military or not. I don't know. Don't get mad at me, whatever. An American doesn't know something about what's going on elsewhere.
I thought it was
get used to it.
Night stuff, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
we don't have the equivalent of that, so that's what I mean. Like trying to find an analogy, but yeah. So I don't know if all those things are that, but I think that's at least part of it.
I just remember when my brother and his wife got married in Italy. Like every civil servant they talked to had a sash, and like someone came and married them, and they had a little sash, and I was like, "This is cool. We should do this. I like this."
It gets you in the mood. Gets you in the right headspace to do public service, to put on a sash. And then you can be like, at the end of the day, they're like, hey, we need you to, and you're like, sash is off. Do you see a sash?
Sash is off.
Sash is off. Not there. Yeah. We're going adjacent to, I'm sorry, I'm full of fun facts today or whatever. But that was like a metal thing that I learned. That was fun. That was like all the Purple Hearts they were giving out until like 2 years ago were made in World War II because they got ready to invade Japan and they made like 5 million Purple Heart medals because they were like, a lot of people about to get hurt. And then Japan surrendered and they were like, but we're not going to throw them out. They just had
Sure.
like this huge surplus of Purple Hearts that anytime you got one, they were like, we got a couple. It took them until like 2022 before they were like, I think we need to make some new ones.
Need to
They're
make some
all
more.
World War II ones.
Valor Steelers staging a heist to get into the vault where they keep all the Purple Hearts.
I can't wait to go
Hearts, yeah.
hang out in a mall food court while wearing this. I can't wait to get chased by a guy holding a phone.
Yeah, I'm going to get thrown in a fountain with this. It's going to be great.
I just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Man,
Wailed
if you
on
have
in
not-
front of the Panda Express.
If you listen to this show, you will probably enjoy Pipe Rock Theory. Look it up. It
Oh,
is,
hell yeah.
Connor O'Malley short. That is, I've been thinking about it pretty much nonstop since I watched it.
So good.
But yeah, no, they have those guys. They're not Valor guys. They're like pedo hunters or something, right? I don't know. Whatever. Those
They
are
could
real.
drink
Those
Windex.
guys are real too.
Somebody, I
Those are
think
based on
Pat
real
Sorois,
guys.
my Lie, Cheat, and Steal co-host, watches those. And I was like, Pat, you got to stop watching those.
Can't be watching this.
You can't be watching those.
You can't do that. and I think I against my better judgment watched one once, and it goes on for so long because they do that. Like I was want to have a conversation, and then it's just this tortured, drawn out thing. And it's like, what? This is not fun to watch. Whatever.
It's painful. It's no good.
But Valor stealing guys, that's good stuff.
Those are awesome. Those
Yeah.
I can support those.
Hey folks, if you're enjoying our regular episode, check out our bonus episode, where this week we talk about a biting child with an unfortunate target.
And we talk about a strangely shaped Cheeto. You'll never believe what it's shaped like or how much money it sold for at auction.
Plus, you can get our regular episodes ad-free on the bonus feed. Patreon.com/whatatimepod. Check it out.
We should do number 4.
Let's do it.
Number 4.
Number 4 comes to us from AR, our most detested person. Also not an editorial statement by the hosts of What a Time to Be Alive. That is AR's designated thing that AR chose. I guess
AR's going through the
because I
Goldilocks
called
arcade.
AR our favorite person by accident last week.
Had
Well,
to
it was
assume.
their display name last week, so it's a Goldilocks thing. You got to
mean,
AR
we
is
don't-
just fine, just right.
Probably. We don't know. We don't know
Yeah.
who they are. So they could be our most detested. We don't know. You know, it would be
We don't
quite
know.
a. It
We
would be,
can't
what
judge
what
the-
if it's Elon Musk? You know, then we'd know.
they're wearing
We can't
Six
judge the
Purple
content
Hearts.
of their character based on they did. Yeah, they got a lot of Purple Hearts. AR sent this story from the New York Post, as unfortunately many of our stories are. But the survey. The survey was conducted by a firm called Talker Research. Don't know what their aim is. I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with this, but they did a survey of 2,000 people about whether they pee in the shower and the differences between the generational divide between who pees in the shower and who doesn't. So I would love you guys, if you haven't read this, to guess what you think. So they broke it down from like a daily shower peer or like generally every shower peer versus like a couple every once in a while shower peer. There's 2 different stats. I would love you to guess if you don't know.
I saw like one number in passing, but I didn't read what it was. I mean, I every time that's gross. Like, I don't think peeing in the shower is gross, but don't make yourself do it while you're in there. I don't
know if it's like a make yourself, but it's like if you gotta go and
Yeah,
you're showering, do you hold it?
But
or
like,
do you
just go
for it?
before you get. Yeah, I don't know. I
Pee into the shower.
No. Yeah, pee into the shower.
I'm
a
pee in
shower
the
peer. I
shower
don't
from
give a fuck.
outside the shower.
My
And then stepping into it.
yeah.
You pee in the shower first, then you get in, and then you turn it on.
That's right.
The size and the setup of my bathroom, if I wanted to, I could pee into the toilet from the shower, and then everything would be copacetic.
Have you ever tried that? I would try it if I were you.
Yeah, it's it's like it would work, but it would
High
be
risk,
like,
high
not
reward.
clean. Like
Yeah.
it would be cleaner to just pee into the shower. That's at least tiled.
I think it's fine. I won't pee into
yeah.
like a shower at like a gym or something, but like if it's my shower, I'm peeing in that shower. Why not? Go nuts. You guys still haven't given me the percentage though, by the way.
Sorry,
That's why Shelby is playing the
Inexplicably on this story, they're showing me a video of Matt Rife getting interviewed, so I'm like scrolling away as fast as possible. I think like
That's cool.
peeing in the shower, like peeing when you need.
Cool.
Oh, cool, nice. Oh, wow. I think people like pee when they need to in the shower. I'd say like 80%, and then I think number like, yeah, like
Daily, I
people.
would say like under 10%, mostly because other people also are not likely to admit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even if they're anonymous, they're not necessarily going to admit that. Yeah, I would go. I'll go 75 and like let's say 5. I don't know, something like that.
Okay. Both overestimated. Patty slightly underestimated in one. 12% said they do so daily, and then another 12% said they do so sometimes. So
That's
a quarter. That's
Bullshit,
it.
dude.
Crazy.
No way.
I don't believe
that.
that.
I think a lot of people aren't admitting it. But I also wonder if there is some like weird generational divide, because it says a quarter of millennials indicated peeing in the shower daily, but only 13% of Gen X and 6% of baby boomers, which makes me wonder if like drains used to be worse or something. Like, why would that be? That's so weird.
They're just more, repressed. We're more honest now. Yeah,
We're freer.
I don't know
This
what
just reminds me to do it more.
You got to bring up those averages.
Yeah, this is also funny in here that the guy they asked about it, the licensed marriage and family therapist with something called Stillwater Wellness Group, which absolutely is doing experiments. Stillwater Wellness Groups, there's a basement with a guy with like tentacles. Yeah, it's a resident. It's an umbrella group situation. There's a virus.
There's like kids in hospital gowns that live down there that are trying to escape X-Men style. No question.
Yeah.
This guy's
you go into the
carving
wrong
out
door, and you see an 11-year-old getting tested with the ESP cards, like getting shown a triangle and a star. You're in the Stillwater Wellness Group. Yeah.
This guy's carving out quite a career as a shower piss expert, I guess. I'm not sure.
Dr. Shower Piss.
I'm not sure if
please.
you want to be the guy who
is the go-to.
Who can we call about this? Right? Yeah. Because it's also like what I don't know. Sometimes people probably do it. You're right. Like who was thinking about this at all? Like that's
well, he didn't even do that.
The quote is crazy.
That's what he goes. Peeing in the shower often reflects our modern obsession with multitasking, even in moments meant for relaxation. No, it doesn't, man. It has to do with I gotta pee.
It has to do with warm water hitting my body, and it makes me want to pee. That's like a known. We all learned it at a slumber party. That's the mechanism of shower peeing. I don't know why that is. That's what scientists should be working on. Why is that? Why, when you touch warm water, does it make you want to pee?
It's calming.
This can't be an isolated impulse.
I feel like if you relax,
a slumber party thing.
I feel like if you anything that relaxes you makes you more likely to pee.
I guess that's true.
So you got to tense up and hold it in.
Or if you get like really stressed out, you pee. Like if you get really scared. So it's like it's kind of one. I don't know. One or the other. The extremes of emotion. It's like crying. Yeah.
But I think, I'm trying to but it's like usually like a single fright that would make you lose control of your body momentarily.
Sure.
This is,
this feels like an Eli thing. This feels like it would have been a crack thing. Like, why does warm water make you pee? You're letting us down.
Oh, yeah.
Eli, get on it.
You're letting us down here.
We'll be pitched as soon as I can. I haven't gotten into that. Yeah, they keep rejecting all my piss pitches. So, no. Yeah, I mean...
This is so weird. It says, habits formed in private spaces often mirror how we handle stress. If shower peeing becomes a compulsive need to optimize every second, it might signal deeper anxiety about time scarcity.
But it doesn't,
Yeah.
Like we just said, that's not what it is. It's just, you pee in there. Well, who gives a fuck? Like, it's just, you're allowed.
I do
also,
think about
like worrying
optimizing
about
while I do it.
They're also worrying about my pelvic floor. It's like that to me is more optimization language. Where you're like, don't pee in the shower because it's bad for your pelvic floor. Mind your business. Get out of there.
Yeah. All right, I'll pee and then do fucking 4 Kegels in the shower.
Yeah, what do you want?
Fine. Shut up.
Talk about fucking making me optimize. Leave my pelvic floor out of this.
Yeah, it's like they'd be like if you're peeing in the pool and they'd be like, it reflects an inability to enjoy downtime. No, I don't want to get out, dude. It's cold. That's whatever, who cares?
I wonder if like modern children, because I feel like there was that very impressionable, that very like consequential Pete and Pete episode with the C, the P. You know what I'm talking about?
PPC.
Like,
No, I never saw Pete.
PPC. So it was a whole episode about how they could tell if you peed in the pool because it would turn a color because they put PPC
like a dark blue cloud would form around you, like everyone would know that you were the one who's peeing.
That was a tale. I didn't know if it was Pete and Pete originated, but I definitely have.
It might not be Pete and Pete originated, but I feel like people of a certain generation, it really like made a mark, and I feel like that was a real scared straight moment. If I'd ever even considered it, it's like no, they're gonna know. Can't be doing that.
It's a 2015 report from the National Swimming Pool Foundation called this the most common pool myth of all time. Nearly half of Americans surveyed by researchers believing the dye existed.
Keep perpetuating it.
The national.
We need that. That's positive misinformation.
It's described on Wikipedia as a mythical substance.
Yeah, that's ambrosia. They're all in the same.
Because it's true. Like, what is like it's not clear like what it would latch onto in urine.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It would have the
like
same
uric acid,
effect.
I guess. Like I don't know.
It would have the same effect on like sweat and stuff.
Right.
Like it wouldn't work, and it would also make you so disgusted to go in a pool because it would be any bodily fluid coming out of you would be. Be
We'll just stick with the don't come in here if you're actively having diarrhea. That's
the best we can do at this point. That's
I'm gonna keep jumping in the pool in between bouts of diarrhea.
My diarrhea
back and forth from diving board to bathroom
to the pool to the bathroom with no door that closes and taking off my wet bathing suit and putting it back on, that activity everyone loves as many times as possible.
That is truly one of the worst things a human being can experience is taking off and then putting on a wet bathing suit.
Oh God,
it's so bad. Talk about if you're a woman and you're wearing a one piece, there is nothing worse than that. That I'd rather walk over hot coals than do that.
The net in male bathing suits is like somehow like it's fucking mesh, but it's like wetter than any other part of and it gets so cold so fast. It's like crazy, and then it truly is like
it
cold,
suctions to you, right?
And it's like a cold hand grasping specifically your dick and balls. It's very unpleasant. There's a reason board shorts took over. I was gonna say also a little bit of apparently there's more quotes from this guy. Oh, and also the National Swimming Pool Association. I imagine you walking into a room and just a board of people with like heavy goggle tans, like just really. They're all like stink of chlorine.
They're holding their board meeting in a pool, and they're all on a pool noodle. They're just floating seahorse style on a pool noodle.
They're holding it's Adult Swim. They're holding their meeting in the pool. There's more quotes from him that make me think he was being a little facetious, but also he says, "Life's too short to police your pee. Just aim wisely, laugh often, and remember, the best self-care or whatever." But also there's a quote that says, if you're going to go rogue, rinse thoroughly. Yeah, man, I'm in the shower. That's what a shower is
that's
rinsing
like why
thoroughly.
It's okay. Because it's
Also, like, I'm not peeing on myself.
You can. Also, you're not doing it at the end. It's not like, and now
all done.
Turn off the shower.
I've been in the shower. I've been able to hold it for 5 minutes with running water, being in running water. That thing that famously makes you have to go.
Now I will say,
you got to make sure you clean out the inside of your urethra. You got to wash.
Get
don't
a little bottle
do that.
brush.
You'll get your urethra will get sick.
Don't do it. Yeah. Leave your. I always think of I think it's the first episode of Delocated. It's one of them. The bodyguard telling the kid about the meatus.
That show is so good.
Just an insane thing that I will never forget. That's because I had never heard the word spoken out loud. I knew it.
Sure.
It's spelled meat.
You knew it in your heart, but you didn't know how it was said aloud.
That's right. Man. Stay away from there. Don't get soap in there.
Stay away from there.
There's a delicate balance of various microorganisms that are
more mythical substances in there. Leave it alone.
That's right.
I hope there's one guy that I talked to that was like, yeah, sure, I pee in the shower, the bath. And they're like, the bath? That's not right. No, that's not allowed. You can't.
Shower, bath, hot tub, it's fine. Hot tub.
Hot tub, I mean, there's germs in there, but nobody would know. Hot tub, there's not even the warmth. You can't.
There's not even a trace. It's It's the perfect crime.
Yeah. It's even worse though because the
Unfortunately, for
jets
everyone else.
are just you're making a cloud of pee and then the jets are just like firing it at everybody else in the hot tub.
No
And
good.
then there, yeah.
Hot tub's also really nasty because you don't change the water in a hot tub like for a long time. Like
You're supposed to,
you're
but
not
nobody
swapping
does.
it out. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know how often because I've never owned a hot tub, but I feel like it's not as much as I would like, considering it is a bath. It's a big
Yeah.
bath.
Well,
It's
the
why
people
they're
who
like
own hot
way
tubs-
stinkier than pools because they put so many chemicals in them.
Yeah, and the people that own hot tubs are not like I feel like generally not people who are like cleaning all the time. They're people who love to chill and relax. They're like
They're partiers.
We inherited one in senior year of college in our house. There was
Nice.
one in the backyard, and yeah, I don't remember there being a robust. I certainly was not involved in any robust cleaning schedule.
Can't imagine the senior college house hot tub was particularly
used to-
spotless.
We used to live in a little courtyard in college. We lived on the other side across from us was the rugby team, and they had a hot tub. We went there all the time. That was definitely not clean. There's a snake
Yeah,
in
it's
there
pretty nasty.
sometimes.
There's a snake in there?
They had a snake. They had a banana snake.
So it would hang out. Liked the
Yeah.
humidity, probably.
Yeah, it would also go into their kegerator a lot, I think. It was kind of a thing.
Temperature
just like-
regulation.
Kegerator was a big one. That was a real.
Kegerator.
Oh man, you got a
Yeah.
fridge for a keg? That's
Yeah,
so sick.
we had a kegerator. Everybody had a kegerator. We were
It's also
hanging
like
out.
it's also like in college. It's like there's no point. Like just get a bag of ice. You're gonna drink it in like a night. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I'm not
we
sure
never.
what that
I don't
really
think
does
we ever
for
did
you.
the kegerator. We would just get it for a night, and that was that. That was all she wrote.
We had a big. I don't remember if we bought some old fridge and then I can't remember if we actually turned it into a kegerator or if we did what probably a lot of people do is like once you got the keg in the fridge, you were like we don't really need to install like a spout in the door. You could just open the door. This is easier.
It's just a keg-sized refrigerator at that point.
Yeah.
Did you guys
You put
ever
special beer
Did you
in
ever
there.
have the like novelty beer bong? That was big at my school.
There were
we had
so
one
many
that was
beer
a
bongs.
plastic Santa, and it was his
Yeah.
dick, obviously. And then we had like a flamingo one.
No, I think
there were a
I think
bunch.
I think we just did the funnel. I feel like I don't think we ever did anything too cutesy beyond that.
We had there were more like it was art school, so kids knew. I feel like we had ones that actually like had like a handle that you could. But there were beer bongs. I mean, Michigan really was like
It's a good design
Richard
school
Linklater.
project.
yeah, like there were a lot of 2-story and 3-story beer bongs, like that just stuff that's like, oh, this exists. This is so unhealthy. You learn about physics. Though. You're like, wow, gravity.
Thank you, Shelby. Number 3.
Well, I'm number 3, so I suppose we'll talk about something else. Yeah, we got some more science. We got this story comes to us from Fuguad Sim, whatever this is, hash of I don't know someone's.
It's Fahugo
Fahugo
Gods.
It's
Fahugo Gods.
It's Homestar. It's Homestar.
Okay, well, it doesn't mean it's a real word.
Exposed.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Homestar
Fake fan.
stealing valor, being chased
Fake fan.
around by
Look,
strong bad in a mall food court.
I remember Trogdor or whatever.
I just want to have a conversation. Who was your commanding officer, sir? Sir.
Good stuff. Probably doesn't hold up, but we'll see.
I think it's pretty good still.
I think it's back. Isn't it back?
There's some
Maybe.
that's back, I believe.
You got to email and be like, do one about strong bad investigating stolen valor in a mall food court.
When is that Purple Heart from? So yeah, this is some science stuff. This is a proposal by scientists, which I think usually means this is some bullshit that they're like, wouldn't this be cool? And it's not going to happen anytime in the near future, especially once you learn what it is. So one of the things that they found out is that I mean, I think this was fairly well known, is that tardigrades, water bears as they're known, the tiny little freaky things that pop up on, like fun fact websites all the time, crazy picture of them on a microscope. They're very radiation resistant, as are, I mean, they're incredibly radiation resistant. It's like insects, it's,
Insects
Any
are?
of that?
I didn't know that. I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
cockroaches.
roaches, that's like the famous one.
all insect. Now, this I have written a correct article on. It's something to do with their how often their cells divide. Because it's like, that's the window where you get fucked up, is that right as your cells are dividing, radiation is like, "Blah," and it like fucks it up and edits it, and then you get, billion cancers or whatever from radiation.
Oh, my
Yeah.
cells hurt.
Yeah,
Ow.
Yeah. Cockroaches actually are they're not the most resistant, radiation resistant insect, but a lot of insects are. But yeah, tardigrades as well. And this is another thing that tardigrades have been known to survive in the hostile vacuum of space. So this is that scientists have noticed that. And in a classic sort of well, this would be cool. And it's well, do you know how to do that? They have suggested injecting astronauts with tardigrade RNA because,
all right,
hey, they have a chance of getting lost in the hostile vacuum of space. So why not make them half tardigrade?
We're giving them the tardigrade vaccine
yeah.
to make them a chimera.
Yeah.
Give it a try. Why not?
For the
it
small
can't be worse
sacrifice,
for you than going to space.
For the small sacrifice of being 1 inch tall, which I guess is halfway in between microscopic and a human in my head, and looking horrible, you could survive the hostile vacuum of space.
You don't think
is
they're
going
cute?
to space bad for you?
That's the famous thing about tardigrades is that people think they're cute because they look like little bears.
A little
have
bit. They have
creepy
pretty
face, though.
nasty mouths. Yeah, I think people just say they think they're cute because they're
Their little claws are kind of creepy too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to space is not super good for you. It does make you taller though, because you're in 0G, so you come back.
That's
what
I was thinking of. Yeah.
But I think because of the radiation, it's not awesome.
It might give you powers.
It might give you powers.
You could turn into a rock guy or a stretchy guy or an invisible lady or a guy who can light himself on fire.
You also might get taken to an alien's dealer. So it's worth the risk.
Yeah, they've got some high
That's my
weed
sci-fi.
up there.
That's my sci-fi twist is that the humans ask the aliens, take me to your dealer.
Just an alien poster, and it's just, I'll take you to my dealer. It's what is this?
I'm the dealer.
That's
Watch
a good
this
t-shirt
YouTube
idea.
video.
Alien giving a peace sign that says, I'll take you to my dealer. That's nice.
New merch.
Yeah. We can.
If anyone wants to draw it, feel free. Let us. We'll talk.
Yeah. No, you can go up to space. You can get powers. You could get someone who gives you a weird ring. Be the Green Lantern.
That's true.
Those fucking. I hate the Green Lantern or something. But so they think.
Lantern.
Yeah, some guy gave me jewelry, and now I have all this power. I don't know what's going on.
Gives him a green
That's
ring.
what
and then he's
happens if you go to Union Square and talk to those guys with the tables.
give
All
you
that
the
stuff
Green
gives you
Lantern
powers,
ring.
but no one knows because no one stops to talk to them.
You're talking about the anti-circumcision guys, I assume?
I meant the incense, perfume oil, jewelry guys. But
okay.
I
They
think
actually
they're maybe
remove
a
a
front.
ring from you.
They give you a ring that lets it grows back your foreskin. That's the power.
They're in league. They're they know each other. They're both there every day. So
They're in the Justice League. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're there. They're in the meetings. Hey, I'd like to bring back up getting rid of circumcision when we're done with the Lex Luthor thing. If we could go back to that.
let's table that till next time.
No,
you
again
always
with
table
this?
that till next time.
Yeah.
It's like you guys don't even want me here.
Why'd you give me this ring if you don't want me here?
That guy just has all the money. He's the.
I saw them dap each other up one time.
They must know each other.
Yeah. They just got
they're
someone's
friends.
foreskin back.
They're
They dapped
coworkers
each other up.
in a way.
They're coworkers.
Yeah.
Them, the drum guys, the devil stick dude. I still see a devil stick dude out there every once in a while, which really makes me happy they're keeping the dream alive.
Yeah.
Not very often, but you see him every once in a while.
Yeah. That's the weird. Devil sticks are fun, but why would you want people to see that? That's how I feel about it.
Do that on your own time.
Exactly. That's the disconnect. That's where the logic ends. Is doing devil sticks probably fun doing in your backyard, and then you're I bet people would think this is cool. That's where you're wrong. You just enjoy.
Why
it
are
in your
you,
backyard.
as a man, performing devil sticks?
I got the ick from the devil sticks.
Yeah.
It's right. It's right there in the. It's right there in the word.
It's true. Can't smell devil stick without ick.
Yeah.
What were we
Go out
talking
there.
about?
I don't know.
Space.
Find some people slacklining, hang out near them. Man. People keep being slacklining is actually very hard. And I'm I don't care.
A lot of stuff I don't want to do is hard. I don't know why that.
Yeah, right.
This does not make it better to me. I don't care that it's difficult.
Being an accountant is hard. I don't
Right.
want to watch somebody do that.
It's actually really hard. Does that make you more interested in doing it? No. Why would it?
Good for
It
you.
doesn't increase my respect for you. I'm not looking at slacklining like that actually seems really easy. I'm like, just don't. Why are you doing that? You know,
Wasn't there a
Get
guy at Super Bowl
grow up.
halftime?
A
Wasn't there a
slackliner at
slackline
Super
guy?
Bowl halftime?
It wasn't just him. I think it was. I forget who. I forget. It would be funny if it was
And
just
now,
him.
Super Bowl halftime show.
No music, just a guy.
One guy
Who
in the middle of the
booked this?
field.
What the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. I'll use
The powerful slacklining lobby.
I want to say it was during like Katy Perry. No, I guess it was
That
during
sounds
Madonna. No, it was during Madonna, which is even maybe weirder to me.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And it's
it was
like-
a long time ago.
that's one slackline guy, and then it's like, are you impressed by
That
the
was
slack?
Left
No,
Shark.
because everyone I've ever seen.
He was slacklining.
You're thinking
Yeah.
of Left Shark.
But it's like they're like, aren't you impressed by the slack? And I'm like, no, because everyone I've ever seen on a slack line also is like clearly like having to work really hard to stay on the slack line. I just don't. I don't know. Whatever.
It's also something that, like,
Anyways.
you're also just generally in really good shape. You could probably do other cool stuff that isn't slackline. You know what I mean? Like you're like a
Yeah.
gymnast basically, like physically.
I think of them in the same category because I feel like they're often. I like when I lived in Austin, I would go to Barton Springs a lot, which is like the big hippie like public pool in the middle of town, and there would always be people slacklining and people doing like couples aerial yoga, and I was like, get this out of here, like. I don't need to see this. Like, stop making so much eye contact. It's not appropriate.
Get your,
It
like,
really.
Get your baby circus shit out of the park. I don't join the
Yeah.
circus or don't, but don't make me watch you train for it. And I'm
Right.
saying this as someone who went to circus camp. All right.
It's
Grow
just
up.
like it made me
Bite
think
the
of it
head off
because
a
like
chicken
those
or
guys
beat
are
it.
always also in really good shape, and it's like
Yeah.
stop. I don't need to see this. Like I feel like that they're like the WeWork couple. That's who does aerial yoga. Is the people who ran WeWork. That's what I
Yeah.
think of.
Oh,
Get
you're
them
doing
out of here.
silks. Get out of here. Get your aerial silks out of here.
That was like this week, and we can move on. There was a House Hunters. I probably have talked about this because it's insane. Where they were like they lived near an amusement park, but they couldn't say which park because it was obviously Disney or whatever. And he was like a stilts performer.
Mm-hmm.
So everywhere they needed a place for him to practice his stilts in
That sucks.
I don't know about the ceilings here.
Tall
And it's
ceilings.
like, what is going on? And yeah, and it was just like, that's a very specific requirement, man. You sure you
Yeah.
can't do that outside? It has to
Yeah, hey
be
buddy.
inside.
I think
But
the place
he's
to
trying
practice
to
that is
abide-
outside.
He's trying to abide by our requests of like no one should see this. I need
It's well, it's hard with stilts because if you do it in your backyard, you're taller than your fence, so people still
Right.
know you're doing stilts. Devil sticks, you don't really see it. Like you'd see
You
the
see the
thing go
stick
up
flying
and
up. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and,
you know.
and she was an aerialist, so it really was just like, all right, you guys need to build your own big top, all right? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you what are you like in? Hey, are you guys from James and the Giant Peach? Is that what you where you met? Did you meet in the Giant Peach?
We both were in the Giant Peach together. It was a
Oh,
meet cute
man.
in the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
Should we do number
well, yeah,
two?
so these tardigrades. Well, we didn't even really talk about it, but yeah, they want
Yeah,
to put
but
tardigrade
we've been
RNA.
recording for almost an hour, so
Well, they don't
Yeah.
know.
How much we
Do
need
they
to
even
talk
know
about.
what's going to happen? They're like, yeah, whatever. We'll
They're
see.
not doing this shit. They're just saying shit. They're just fucking saying, wouldn't that be cool? Probably. You don't know how to do it. You know, they're slackliners of science. You don't know how to fucking
I want them to
tardigrade RNA in here.
Well, they should just inject me with some chameleon RNA, then I can
Yeah.
blend in various
That's
places. That's
what
how that
this
works,
shit is.
right?
Where every year they're like, we're gonna put jellyfish or live forever. We can use their DNA. No, you can't. You know you can't. All right. You know you're not able to do that. Shut up about the jellyfish. No one's gonna be immortal. All right.
Only
Yeah,
that guy.
so-
Only that guy with the the guy that we hear about every 14 hours, according to some weird
Right, he'll
contract
find
that
a way
every
to do it.
media outlet has with him.
Yeah. So, yeah, and they're like, radiation can be very helpful for many tumors, but we recognize the side effects can be limiting. Yeah, we know that. Like, I know, man. The side effects of radiation treatment can be brutal, from mouth sores to rectal bleeding. Those are two
Okay.
very specific ones.
Tip to
but-
tail issues.
Yeah,
apparently.
real tip to tail situation. Yeah.
number
Okay.
two.
Number two.
Number 2.
Number two comes to us from Hamburger Hinderer in the Discord. This is another science breakthrough. I feel like this is a very science heavy episode. We got three
so much.
studies in a row.
Yeah.
3 studies in a row. So this next one is Hamburger Hinder in the Discord, as I said. I feel like this is about as real as tardigrade DNA. It's like
This I think they can do.
You think they can do it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they're trying to they're trying to bring a woolly mammoth-like creature back from extinction. That's their goal. They want a Jurassic Park a woolly mammoth, which I do feel like there is more evidence for this because remember when they made the chunk of meat? They made the mammoth meat.
Yeah, they made mammoth meat.
So they can make the mammoth meat, and then this time they got some mammoth mice. So
I love these guys. I'm just seeing
they're
the picture
awesome.
now.
Even if they don't get even if they don't complete the goal of this study, it was worth it to get these mice.
As long as they're not like in pain every second of their existence, I think this rocks. They look like they went Super Saiyan. Like they're
exactly. It was like they made Super Saiyan mice. They made some mice that look like they're in Final Fantasy.
Yeah. they made woolly mice and they have woolly fur and they look like fucking Goku. It's awesome. They're so great. And they're apparently heralding this as like this is huge. Like this is a big advancement. So I guess they just need to put this together with they need to do this gene editing and make the meat. And then, the last piece, making it alive. How hard could that be?
They got the hair and the meat. They got the outside and the inside. Put them together. Yeah.
There's also...
We got to make the trunk. That's the last piece.
There's also a picture in here that's for the science. It's a science, like they took it for the study, and it's the woolly mice next to a regular mouse, and the regular mouse looks so jealous.
It does. And the woolly mouse won't even look at the regular mouse. He's like, "Fuck you. You don't know."
See, this is because that when they do mice stuff, they will do the mice stuff, the mouse stuff, and then they're always like, and this could mean big things for humans. It's not going to. You won't do it because it's a moral nightmare. We know you're not going to give anybody. Give me the woolly, make my head woolly again. Give me the mammoth. Give me the mammoth gene.
Bald community paying very close attention to this study.
Yeah.
I think the idea is that they want to use this gene editing that they did on this mouse on an elephant to make essentially, which like
mammoth.
I feel like you're kind of rounding up. Like that's not really you're not like bringing it back from extinction.
Yeah.
You're making a weird elephant, which I would support. Like a woolly elephant would be cool.
Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park, where it's like we also put some frog shit in there. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? We filled in the gaps. It's fine. It's like, well, that's not all right. Yeah, okay.
I also worry about this though because elephants are like they're like smart in ways that we don't understand, and I feel like it'll like know, like I think I feel like it'll understand and not like it, and that stresses me out.
I think they'd end up with the really gross elephant because this makes mice already have fur and it makes it longer, but elephant hair is like those weird like spiny.
It's like toothbrush bristles or something.
Yeah, you just end up with this like horrible elephant that feels bad to touch. Like in a horrible little...
But maybe they can change its genes to give it a fine, beautiful hair. Make it look like... You know what they should do? They should make it look like those guinea pigs that look like wigs. There should be an elephant like that. I would love that. Giant
and then put
wig.
some tardigrade RNA in them, fire them into space, and give them radiation treatment or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. No, but they're cool mice. This is just do this. Don't. Yeah. This is good. I approve of the science. Yeah.
I mean, they are going to try to do this with elephant embryos. They said they're aiming for 2028 as the release date of these elephants. So
mammoth just dropped. New mammoth.
And this is that startup, right? Yeah, this is like the right. These are like the guys that got a bunch of funding. I think we've talked about this before, not the mice, but
Did they do the meat?
I don't know if they did the meat, but they're if you go to their website, it's called Colossal as the company. They and feel free to sponsor us. No free clout, bleep it. No, they're like that's like their whole thing. They're like, we're bringing back the mammoth, and it's kind of like, but why? A little bit, but
for fun.
I think we shouldn't get sponsored by someone using CRISPR. That seems like we could quickly end up. Sponsored by Dr. Moreau and his miraculous creations. What a time to be alive!
Look, man. I'm just trying to get paid, man. The moral era is over. We're done.
Pay us in mice. Done. Give us each a mouse.
Give us a woolly mouse.
I will take a woolly mouse.
Yeah,
I would
and I'm
take
sure we're
that.
going to find out that they're like also like, we made Willy mice. They have a lifespan of 3 days. They have a spleen the size of a fucking grapefruit. I don't know. You're messing around with DNA, but they're cute.
They are cute.
There's that.
Number one?
Number one.
And this week's number one reason to say what a time to be alive.
Number one this week comes from AR, our most detested person in the Discord. I'm not going to be qualifiers.
Last
I think
place.
it's funnier that way. Yeah, last place in the Discord. And this is a trend in Japan that has kicked off. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm probably the only one on the podcast who's played Monster Hunter before, any of them. But yeah.
That would be correct.
Is it?
That would be correct.
Is it like Pokemon, or is it like a regular RPG? Like, what is it?
No, it's meaner than well, you kill the monsters, you hunt them, but you collect their stuff. You come back and you go, look at this horn that I got. It's a fun game.
Poaching. It's a poaching video game.
Yeah,
You're allowed. In fact, you get orders to kill them. You get it off a board.
You
so
have to kill them.
yeah, there's a notice board. So you're actually yeah. There's a whole licensing system. You can increase.
yeah.
You know, it's all regulated, and
It's
they're
all above
bad.
board.
They're bad people. The monsters, awful monsters. They're doing bad stuff.
You play a rich dentist, a Dallas area dentist in this world, and you just really love when you're on your vacation killing these monsters.
Right. The first
You
part of the
hunt-
game is pulling enough teeth so you can earn the first class luxury safari,
Right.
and then you go kill.
You hunt
kill
the dreaded
monsters.
ocelot.
You pay
hunt the
guys who live in the area to find the monsters, set up a little area for you to hide while you shoot them from half a mile away, and they
Yep.
set up the shot and everything.
You
just pull
drone
the trigger.
strike them. It's
And then you
very
stand,
exciting.
and then you stand next to the body, and it's
Yep.
very cool.
You can exchange severed shark fins for new weapons and armor. It's very good. No, you're killing bad monsters, doing bad stuff. But
You're
this
killing
is
the
a
guys
thing
who
in-
stole the Paddington statue.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but there's the thing, and I haven't. This is a new Monster Hunter, I guess. Wild. I've played World. I haven't played Wilds. But this is a thing. Like you eat food to give you like bonuses, and you get it from like the cutscenes of them making food in Monster Hunter is like famous. It's like beautiful. It's lovely. Specifically in World, it was also all the chefs. It was a team of cats, and it was all a bunch of little cats, and they would all like. It was fucking delightful. You'd get like one little cat would like take a big fish out and run across the kitchen and hand it to another cat who would chop it up, and then like they cook you stuff, and it looks great. So apparently, one of the foods that's available in Monster Hunter Wild is Cheese Naan. Good food. A little. I feel like I never get Cheese Naan because I'm usually getting enough other stuff that is a
Decadence.
bridge too far. Yeah, it was a decadence I cannot afford.
We'll do a garlic naan. That's our.
Yeah.
Garlic naan is as sort of
Garlic naan's
luxurious
good.
as I get with a curry. But if you're just having some snacks, a cheese naan will be delightful.
So they make the Cheese Naan. And this has kicked off a genuine craze for cheese. People watching, and it's the classic. I mean, they have images of it here. It's the cheese pull. It's your classic cheese pull, which I heard that YouTube grilled cheese people, they make the cheese and then they like when it's almost done, they cut it and then they put another slice of cheese in it, close it back up, and that's how they get those cheese pulls. They're fake. They're fake cheese pulls.
I'm acting like Chris Farley in the coffee commercial sketch. What?
Yeah,
I gotta
so
say, cheese pull not appetizing to me. It doesn't do it for me. It doesn't make me want. It's like I don't
Yeah.
like that texture. It's like
depends on the
stringy and-
cheese.
That whole thing,
Mozzarella though.
like the like autopsy lighting of like the the flash like being on for the video and all that.
It's Area 51. They're taking apart an alien.
It's not. Yeah, we had people near us doing it. I had not been near somebody doing it in forever, and certainly not with like the because that's a 2-phone job. Because you can't.
Yeah.
Phones don't let you take video with the flash on. At least or the flashlight on. At least I'm not aware on my phone. So it's like. It was a couple, and the lady was holding the flash, and the guy was doing the video or whatever, and then they got in like a weird fight, and it was just like, this looks so fun. What a great night out. You know what I mean?
As your
Like,
food is getting cold
Right,
because
like,
you're
okay.
staging a photo shoot
yeah,
with it.
like very
Yeah.
cool.
The thing that cheese pull doesn't get me, a thing that gets me is like especially if it's like an animated thing, is like a steaming pile of noodles or something. That'll get me.
Anime food is. There's some good Instagram accounts that are just like a Studio Ghibli cooking up some dumplings or something. Yeah. I'm watching.
An animated dumpling is really gonna do it for me. Or like even it's like cheese pull, no, but like a dumpling with like juice in it, that thumbs up. That makes me hungry. I want one of those.
Yeah, I'll put in, if you'd like to watch the video of the cheese naan. There's that. This is the cats aren't making it. So apparently this comes from, you visit a village that's famous for its cheese, and then it's just a long cutscene of like multiple characters just digging into
those
cheese
do look
naan.
like really good. They're like puffy and charred just right. They do look really fucking good.
It looks very good. It did just make me hungry, but
okay.
And apparently everyone's going to versus like I would have imagined, like, to me it's, you get Indian restaurants right here, but I guess maybe it's more common in Japan. It's Nepalese restaurants that are doing that are like getting a lot of business from this. They're leaning into it on social media. They're like, we've got cheese naan, come on in. Right. And then there's a post from one that says like, us when we get 99 cheese naan orders at midnight. And they said that's an exaggeration, but they did also say like it is incredibly popular. Like they've had to go like increase their orders of cheese and like the ingredients to make cheese naan. And yeah. And then I love the interview with like the art director of the game, and he's like, "This was the first thing we made. It took many attempts to express aspects like the tearing of the naan bread and the melting of the cheese."
It does when they tear it. And this is the thing, cheese pull, no, but they tear it and it's like flaky. Like it's almost like, it looks so good.
They do a lot. They're good at this. Yeah. Yeah, and then I say, if you've never seen it, even if you're not a video game person, watch a video of the cats making food in Monster Hunter World. It's a delightful little, it's a cheery occasion. But yeah,
it is a shame the cats aren't making it here. That would add to it. But it does look like a good time. They're all sitting around a fire. They're like playing instruments. It's very cute.
Yeah,
looks like a cozy. It looks like a nice break from poaching monsters. I will say that.
Yeah. So check it out. I'm watching a grandma cat make food right now. Making a little, salting some meat.
I would not eat food that a cat made, though. I will say that.
I think that's true.
These cats are clean.
They got toxoplasmosis, man. You can't be... You know what they do with those paws? They dig around in their litter.
The monsters are evil. The cats are clean. You just accept all these premises in the monster world.
Yeah. I'm saying, what these cats make, it's looking pretty good to me.
It does look
worth the toxoplasmosis.
I mean, I already got it anyway. Who cares? Yeah. Me and Shelby already got the sickness. So
yeah,
why not?
You're down with the sickness. It's true.
That's what that song's about. Mm-hmm. We should do plugs, I think.
Plugs.
Y'all ready for this? Find our Patreon bonus episodes, merch, Discord, and more at whatatimepod.com. And follow us on Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram at whatatimepod. Check out Kath's other podcast, Lie, Cheat, and Steal, about liars, frauds, thieves, and bullshitters. Theme song by Naughty Professor. Thanks for listening, and best of luck.
I got nothing. I got to start doing more stand-up, you guys. Hopefully I'll have gigs for you one day.
Sick Ass Panther.
You got a show, right?
Sick Ass Panther, Red Baron Inc., March 22nd. Should be very fun. You can get tickets. Just go to my Instagram, Yahoo Toolbar, and it's in the links there. Yeah, those have been really fun. Come on out to those. Thank you to the people who have come out from the podcast and said hello. Very nice. That's it for me.
I got nothing. Sorry.
Your Kickstarter sucks. When's that coming out?
Oh, yeah. That's coming out. Geez Louise. We're not prepared, folks.
A couple weeks. I don't think we have a date yet.
I think it's the 21st.
Keep an eye out, folks. Yeah. Listen to that, and then the next day go to Sick Ass Panther. How about that?
It'll be, there you go. It'll be on our socials. We'll definitely promote it because we had a fun time. So, yeah, it's the 21st of March.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.